Okay, so this is Casual's commentary. What we are doing is we are going to take a look at Blade Strangers and just go over some of the goodness that it's got, graphics, sound, gameplay, just the different functions, options that they've got. And I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. And we will hopefully you'll be able to get a good sense of exactly what's going on here, as well as whether it might be a fit for you, and just give an overall impression on what this game is. I haven't played a whole lot of anime fighters. I played a lot of Guilty Gear, Dragon Ball Fighters at this point, and I love those games dearly. I haven't jumped into any of the new anime fighters. I played Guilty Gear and stuff when it was like first out. So what was that, late 90s, early 2000s ish? I can't remember when it released. But yeah, this was made by Seizensen. So they are the folks who actually made this game, and I think it was Nikali is the people who produced it. It's right now on Steam, PlayStation, all the goodies. Nintendo Switch, Xbox. I think it's pretty much on everything. Steam, it came out, I think it was the beginning of August or somewhere around there, and picked it up right around Evo, I think it was, and it was on sale. But yeah, let's start with the start. First off, graphics. It has a pretty nice trailer, or pretty nice starting cutscene. That was pretty good. The actual in-game looks great. We got a cat. We'll go against the person who I swear is Roll. Forward dash, back dash. So I'm just going to go over the characters real quick. Get an idea of what they look like. So we got Solange, we've got Ali, Lion Gate, Master T, should have been Mr. Roll, I don't care if it says Curly, Helen, Kawase, I went the wrong direction. Kawase, Noko, Emiko, and Helen. And then we've got guest characters, Shovel Knight, Gunvolt. We got Lena, guest character Isaac, and Quote. So they look pretty good. I think it's a good variety of characters we got here, just different looks. I guess Shovel Knight would be kind of the big body, because this fella would be the closest next one. Although Lena's pretty large, but Master T definitely doesn't feel like the typical big body. So I guess we'll throw that to Shovel Knight. We definitely have a small guy. But yeah, I think the sound for a lot of this stuff is decent. I've only played probably, I'd say probably about 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours, and I would say the main theme song is probably the most memorable. The rest of it I can't actually recall, so I'm guessing that means it might be a little forgettable. Do we have actual sound tests in here? No sound tests. That's terrible. So terrible. Just checking, just to make sure. Nada. Standby settings. Nope. Alright, I kind of recall this one. Yeah, I would say nothing that really blows you away as far as the music side of things. However, the just general gameplay sound is great. As you can see, they'll chat as they're doing damage, which is fantastic. That they yell everything out. I mean, I guess you can say it's expected from a game that is at $40. But yeah, so that's overall thoughts on sound. It's decent. Some of it's good. I wouldn't say any of it is particularly bad, but there is some forgettable stuff. Again, mostly just like the themes are pretty generic, but I guess if you're not Marvel vs. Capcom, that's going to be hard because everybody knows about taking you for a ride. So, next I want to really start digging into the gameplay, the part that most folks would be interested in. I've mostly been doing the story mode stuff, so as far as the story mode, very simple, very basic. It is here, hit the A button until you get through, and get to the next fight. There's no actual cinematics or cutscenes, I guess is the best way to put that. It's mostly just like, here's some text, two people talking, jump into the fight. That's, again, expected. Normal for fighting games. I haven't seen anything too complex since some of the stuff Mortal Kombat tried to do a couple times. So not a whole lot to say there. Controls. The controls are extremely simple. They're actually wonderful in my opinion here. Let's see if we can get to options. So you have a light attack, heavy attack, unique, and skill. Everything else is just combinations, and I've got everything mapped to a total of 8 buttons here, and I can practically do everything without having to worry about missing something. The only stuff I miss is like the strong skill and the EX skills, but those are easy enough to jump into. Combos are very much like Guilty Gear, Blah's Blue, Dragon Ball. It's got that progression, so you can do like light, medium, light, medium into something else. There's also a recapture, so then you can continue the combo. So let's go in and start messing around with that. I like the chick with the stun baton. Got dashes and dash. We got forward dash quick jump. So it's just a forward up. Got your super. So yeah, lights. Modifiers are just your direction. So back, forward, down. This is my skill. And this is my anti-air. Or just, I think it's physical, or what is it called? Button config. Oh, unique attack? I think that's my unique. So let's mess around with a couple combos. So you can't do too much because it does have a point where, as you see here, I've done too many hits, too much damage, and went over what I was expected to do, and the guy just falls over and you miss your opportunity. So you have to make sure as you're doing it, you know kind of where you're at. You can see right there. Roughly, from what I've seen in most combos, it gets to be about like 9 or so before you can start tossing into your supers. So let's try this here. Yeah, so see how it got to 9. Nope. Keep cutting to that 14. So that'll be fine. That does 24. All of them have 2 specials as well, I believe. I think one was a down. Yeah. So let's see what that looks like. Oops. That was 40, but that didn't do a whole lot of damage. That was pretty cool. So a lot of characters have this like backdash thing. Ooh, what's that do? Just stuns. Wonder if I can drop that into. Missed it. I think I should be able to. Let's give it a shot. Oops. I hit the wrong button. It seems to drop it when I do that. So maybe it's just a way to recapture. So, then we go down. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Entire... Melty blood with weapons. Yep, it's melty blood with weapons. So yeah, combos are great. Combos are fantastic. Most of the characters play like that. Gonna jump right into the next one. We gotta do the big cat. Oops. These specials are fantastic. Oops. Repetition penalty. So maybe it's just because I'm repeating the light, light, medium. I wonder if I can go light, light, heavy and it'll let me just keep extending that. No. And it keeps going. Nope. I was trying to see if it would let me keep extending that combo. I was actually looking at the Twitter for the Senzen folks earlier, and it looks like they have people tweeting out different combos and all that stuff. And they had some good ones. A couple of them that were at like 20 something, I thought, 20 to 30. That wasn't even part of a, didn't finish with a special. The body slam. That was good. Go with Mr. T. That looks pretty cool, buddy. So again, we've got that palm strike where he kind of moves back a little bit. Seems pretty good if you're playing footsies with someone. I really like the recapture. Feels great. Yep, it's Rashid. He also has EXs. That's not an EX. Attack. You can jump that right into your hit, like that. So the one issue that I have seen is the netcode is not that great. That's something I want to try and explore here. I want to see if I can get this. Come on. I think. $52.40, over half his health. That was pretty good. Oh, I missed. So what's this one do? Huh. It's pretty good. So again, I haven't played too much of this, and it already feels great. Like, just coming in as someone who don't really have a whole lot of time playing these, or time in general to play them. This feels like a game that you don't have to sink a whole bunch of hours in, yet you can still come back and feel like you can throw some strings together. Overcomplicating combos is a fairly frustrating thing for me. So there was a period there for Guilty Gear where it was getting a little difficult, but I mean, even now with some of having to know how to do the Roman cancels and when to do them, and utilizing a lot of that stuff, maybe I'm just old. I can't really keep up with a lot of that stuff anymore. But oops. Alright, let's jump into another character. Alright, roll. A lot of the gun characters feel like they have that backfire, which gives you some space. Nice little rocket to the face. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. Oh. I know there's a throw. I can't remember which button it is. There it is. So light and heavy. Bam. Cool. Well, let's go through a quick story mode. That shouldn't take too long, just so you get an idea. And then we will try the netcode out and see how it is, and then we will run through the guest characters. So yeah, it's a lot of text. This is kind of cool because you can hold down one of the buttons and if you want to just see the background, it'll take the overlay away. So got a whole bunch of people talking, or if I hold this button down, it'll let you see that. So if you want to take a picture for like a wallpaper or something like that, if that's your fancy, you can do that. Otherwise, it's a lot of just hitting start, moving to the next one. Overall story, there's computers. You're a bunch of people fighting as some sort of data hologram thingy-majigger. Alright, let's see if we can jump. No, I actually didn't think I was going to be too excited for a game that doesn't have a lot of the special moves, like your Hadu, your Shoryu, and this is actually wonderful. I kind of wish more games would adopt this type of control set where if you want to do a blast that knocks someone out, just make it like a back special attack instead of having to do a full move, because it just feels good. Aw, you jerk. I was right next to you. Should have stunned you. That did like no damage. That was sad. Pervert captured. You must be scanned. So she's in law enforcement. Good job, Noko. Only do a couple of these just in case you have interest in going through. You do a little chatter. Little chatter is always good. Oh, wrong button. Wrong button, buddy. I heard candy, and you are something or other. We got her. Alright, that's good for that. We'll jump back out. There's some good humor in the story. It's pretty self-aware when it comes to it. When you go through it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's got these missions. Forgot to talk about these. It's really just listing of all the characters and just a batch of combos. There's only like 4 per character, so they never get too crazy. But need to figure out which one it is. That one. S and E. Oh, okay. Then okay. Oops. Down. Oh, I missed it. I missed it. I think I also hit the wrong button. No, up and L. Oh, come on. That was it. There we go. In air. Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to kick you in the face. So I need to juggle that. Ah. I missed the forward S. Ah, come on. Oh, I did the down one. Oh well. Still looks cool. There we go. And I think this will be the last one. Down, back, forward. Come on. I don't expect that I'm going to get it, so I don't move forward. Come on, I'm holding back. I'm holding back, buddy. Forward S special. Ah, wrong buttons. Wrong buttons. Oops. Papa. 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 Nope. Oh, I dropped the combo name. That was it. Really? Come on. Oh, I'm pressing. There we go. Come on. So I can't get that back H consistently. Maybe I'm pressing the wrong button like a moron. Oh man, this timing. So it's like right after she's done saying it that you can hit again. Okay. Maybe just a fraction of a second after. Take that, jerk. So the one thing I don't see is the preview. Maybe it's actually bound to something and I don't have it. So there's training restart. Bjorn record of dummy control. Play record. I don't really know what that means. Generally though, these will have a means to preview your combo that you're supposed to be doing. And I have not found that in here, just to get an idea of the sense of timing. Come on. Papa. 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 It also doesn't fail if you end up getting extra hits in, so I should probably not too worried. Yeah, like that. So if I do something like that, just that forward S I need to hit. I think last time when I was messing around with these, was very particular about pressing the arrow in that direction instead of swapping over to it. Oh, I dropped the combo again. I was so close. Come on, buddy. Why are you not working? So the forward S and the other thing, super, needs to be done quicker. don't you work? My brain just stops. Start going forward too early. Can't really mash it too well either. Too slow. Gotta be quicker. No, that's not what I'm pressing. There we go. No, I pressed the wrong one. Oh, you jerks. Well, at least I comboed into a super. That's depressing. There we go. So that's it. I think there's 4. Either 4 or 5, and then it moves on to the next character. Let's jump right over to main menu. You get a couple thingies when you do stuff. It's funny, it gave me master things for doing the Noko ones, which is weird. Got a survival mode. Tutorial mode is very basic. So let's see what we got here. Let's take a look at online play. Got stealth match, league match, casual match, search room. Yeah, let's cross our fingers that any of these have anything. Nope. Well, it looks like that might not happen. We'll do a casual match. No password. Comment. I want to fight weak people. Yeah, that's me. We'll give it a minute. See if anything pops up. 11:45. We'll go to. We'll do 11:47. So, yeah, it's one of the problems with the PC versions of things. You always tend to run into the kind of frustrating thing where it seems like most people don't play them on the PCs, just fighting games. I picked up Guilty Gear and was pretty excited about that, and then I kept trying to join matches and there was nothing available. The only stuff available was at the time, the only things that were available, I think, were the East Coast. There was a couple rooms that had like 3 people in them. So I ended up joining one, and that was impossible to play. Dragon Ball FighterZ is fantastic. I've actually, the only time I ever had problems with Dragon Ball FighterZ was I was stupid and joined one of the actual like 3v3s where you're controlling 1 out of the 3 against a 1 out of the 3 type of deal. And yeah, the netcode on that just doesn't seem like it works. Party mode, I think it's called. I don't know. But all of the other ones where it's just three of you against a computer, or three of you, or you as an individual against another person as an individual. Those have been fine, but I'm going to take a wild guess that we're not going to be seeing anyone jump in here. I've got 4 little fellas right next to me though. Look at that. Alright. We gave you a shot, Blade Strangers. Who would have thought 11:47 Arizona time would not have someone wanting to play it? Alright. So again, I saw a whole bunch of stuff on just Twitter and other reviews saying the netcode was not spectacular. People had a bunch of problems either with disconnects or lag. There was, I believe it gives an expected latency per person, and then you're playing based off of that latency. Very, very difficult to, it's very difficult to play like that and then try and jump back into playing your local players. So let's see if we can do, we'll just do an arcade. Game settings, we'll set to normal. I'll set it to hard, I'll get my butt kicked. The guest characters, I wanted to talk about them a little bit. Shovel Knight, again, Gunvolt, Isaac, these characters, I think quotes probably from Gunvolt just by looking at him, maybe not, but or whatever the game he's part of. It's great, fantastic. I don't know if that's the reason why the cost was so high on this specific fighter. I mean, not terribly high, but usually like an extra $10 than what I would expect from these kind of games. But good additions. Guest characters are fine. I don't think there's any problems with them. Mortal Kombat's been doing awesome with a lot of their ideas, except for Mortal Kombat bringing in, or I'm sorry, Injustice bringing in Mortal Kombat characters. I think that's kind of dumb, but whatever. Some folks really, really like their MK characters and are really excited as they come in. Ninja Turtles was a fantastic addition to Injustice. That was great. I would have liked to seen some of the Watchmen go in there, but especially with the I guess not relatively new, but some of their stuff they've been doing lately in the comics. I don't really know what my finisher is, aside from I put it on hard, yeah, I put it on hard. Difficult to talk and think about what I'm trying to do at the same time. Illicit robot captured. Sending you back to Mega Man. We've got Fish with Legs in the background. They've just started their transition. Maybe in another couple million years they'll start getting bodies. Stop pressing buttons. Oh, I thought I could grab at that point. Apparently not. Oh, I thought I got her. There we go. I like that stun. I like that down stun. I'm done. I just noticed that these are only one round. Oh, you jerk. Oh, I wanted to pick him back up. Gotcha. I feel like I can just kind of mash buttons and get through this okay, but it still feels a lot better when you're doing actual combos. I guess that's kind of said through most games, but there's some of those games where it's very difficult to mash buttons and still have a chance on anything above like normal mode. Felt like a waste of two specials. There's a very wait your turn type of deal with some of the block strings, so there's definitely plus frames on things. There's got to be plus frames on things. So folks who would jump into these things and really try and dig into it, they could probably make some cool stuff. Still don't really know why she's got a power button on her private. I pressed the button. I didn't press a button on that one, that was my fault. I thought I was blocking. That was a waste of resources. Got it. Feels quick. Feels quick but long. That's the best way to put it. Oh. Okay. Let's try out Shovel Knight. Seems like there's 3 colors per character. There might be a little bit more from doing missions. We'll go with DX green. Oh, it's still on hard. I don't know how to play this character. It's a command grab, it looks like. Just got shoveled. Pulls out his horn, blows the horn. Yeah, I'd say he's definitely the big body. He feels that kind of slow.
Let's shovel. Nyan 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 kopawa. Final round. Fight.
Shovel drop kick, huh? Oh, and it bounces. That's wonderful. Yeah, I feel like they did a pretty good job with the characters, the guest characters. They don't feel just like pushed in here with half-assed movesets. Genuinely seems like people who are interested in those characters. I'll try and get the down special so we can see what that does. Oh my gosh. That was good. That leaves me way too open to ever do again. No matter where and when you dig, you'll never get the same result. Tell that to Link to the Past randomizer. Wait. Never mind. Scratch that. Reverse it. Alright. Let's go take a look at Isaac. We'll go with a blue guy. Let's see, standby settings, match type. Jeez. Oh man, it's so hard to hit him. So hard. Most of the lights are just like headbutts. So if you get to three resources, you can also go into like a heat state. I think it can either interrupt an attack or let you extend. There was something to it, I can't remember, but
Isaac,
oh, come on. Oh. Jesus. That's so dumb. Giant foot. It's Monty Python all over again. Gotcha. Setup characters, setup.
Isaac.
Yeah, I'm actually queued for online right now. It's got this little fella, standby mode. I'm on PC, so because of that, it kind of feels like I'm not going to find too many folks. Also, the fact that it's kind of late. I can try seeing if we can find a lobby that's maybe in a different country. That's going to be even more of a poor representation of anything, but get him! Oh, I thought I grabbed him. I don't always run, but when I do, it's into a bomb. So let's go back to it real quick, see if there's any others. So we got stealth mode, casual mode, ranks won't be affected. Stealth mode is basically just like, here's two people, and you can't see the people's names. I know that helps some folks as far as them raging, because yeah, if you've seen any of the classic combats, there's been a few times where I like to smash my arcade stick. But in any case, let's do a search room. It's pretty quick. See if there's any of these other ones. I wish there was an all. That'd be nice. Oops. I'll just go straight to here. Nothing there. Yeah, I wanted to see how the netcode was. I played a lot of Killer Instinct. I love Killer Instinct, and their netcode is fantastic. Yeah, if I had to guess, most folks would be playing this probably on Switch. Either Switch or PS4, because I thought Switch came out first. I could be wrong, it could have been all consoles that came out first, but... because I've got an arcade cabinet, I don't want to get a darn console just to play online. Stand by one. It's not vague at all. Get out of there. No. Yeah. No love. It has leaderboards. What's on the leaderboards? My Joe job. Hey, look at that. No friends, just like in real life. Okay. Yeah, so that was it. I'm going to finish off. So Kawase is more of a whip type character. She has a lot of catch. You can like hit people up and catch them, bring them back down, and start juggling. It's pretty cool. But I haven't played Helen a whole lot. I'm gonna finish with her. We'll finish it with Wonder Woman with red hair. Ginger Wonder Woman. Ah, that would have been a pretty cool recapture. Okay, so that goes a little too far. So I could probably recapture into the down kick and then super. Really, people, who's gonna walk up those towers? Except for Castlevania, where you kind of have to do it in a couple. I didn't really talk about the backgrounds. Again, I think that says kind of how they are. There's a couple funny ones. But overall, nothing particularly fantastic or spectacular. Oh, missed that. Oh, that was it cool. So I can do a run for it. Probably just swordsman. Took me a second to figure out what word that was. I was like, prodigious? Prodiguous? It's a wonder that I finished school ever. It's pretty cool. That was a waste. Poor cat lady. I'm sorry, Emiko. Mr. Perfect. Oh, Mr. Perfect. We've got the achievement of Mr. Perfect. So does that mean I can have a good wrestling match even with a fire hydrant now? Ah, come on. Whew. That one got close. Will I ever be able to smile like I did that very day? Who wrote that? If this thing was 5 stars, it went down to 4 because of that line. Gotcha. I don't know. The character reminds me of Laharl from. Goodness, what's it called? Disgaea. I think it's just because of the scarf and whatever. Just get it. Oh man, I don't want to fight Noko. You will tell me everything. Alright, so last boss. Again, power button with a tail that has the Ghostbusters trap on it at the end. I approve of that. Oh, did you see that shimmy? That was a great shimmy. That was a really good shimmy. Yeah, so this was, I believe it's still $40. Last time I checked it on Steam. I don't know if like PlayStation has gone down or Switch or any of those. I think it's a wonderful game. I think the controls are fantastic. I wish most games were like these controls. And, you know, most folks enjoy a little bit more complexity in them, but for a person who doesn't have 8-something hours to spend on the game every single day, I like to be able to just jump into it, feel like I can accomplish something, and I feel like with this game I could do that. Again, I only played like total 6-something hours, I think, of it over 2 streams, and came back to it 3 weeks later, and it feels like I could pick it right back up with no problem. So if you are that type of person as far as for fighting games, I would say definitely get it. $40 might be a bit much for what the content is, especially if you focus on online play and you're buying the PC version. There's not a whole lot there. Maybe weekends will be a little bit more, but yeah, overall I can't find anything as you've seen from the stream. So yeah, if there's any questions or anything, my next stream will be Friday. I'll be doing another Marvelous Mods, and we'll be checking out some pretty cool stuff for DOA and Street Fighter V. Alright,